Hello and welcome to Idea TV News Updates. I am Cynthia Bassi. We begin with the headlines. KATSINA peace deal with bandits collapses, villages abandoned. Tanzania's President SAMIA SULUHU HASSAN faces criticism after controversial re-election. Dangote promises fuel stability ahead of Christmas. NCC recognized among top 5 federal agencies for transparency and efficiency. And away from Africa, Iran. Community leaders say attacks resumed just days after the October agreement with coordinated assaults on Ganja, Nagari and Al-Hazawa, where residents were killed and dozens abducted. The renewed violence has forced hundreds of families to flee their homes in fear of their lives. A community leader, Mahadi Guga, who refused to participate in the talks, described the peace deal as a farce and a money-making scheme for both politicians and armed groups. He said bandits used the negotiations as cover to launch fresh attacks, including the targeted killing of a local vigilante member. Meanwhile, affected residents say they are being extorted for ransom and even taxed to harvest their own crops. Efforts to get explanations from Katsina state officials have yielded no response, raising concerns over official silence and lack of accountability. Civil society groups warn that fragmented negotiations only shift attacks from one local government to another, while military formations remain dangerously close to bandit territories. I beg your pardon. Analysts say the ongoing crisis reflects a deeper failure of leadership and security coordination in the state. Moving on, Tanzania's President SAMIA SULUHU HASSAN was sworn in for a second term on Monday following an election marred by the exclusion of key opposition leaders and widespread unrest. Authorities reported that Hassan won nearly 98% of votes cast, with turnout at an estimated 87%, but opposition groups and regional observers condemned the vote as lacking genuine competition. Pre-election protests shook major cities, leaving hundreds dead, according to human rights organizations, and prompting the government to impose curfews and an internet blackout. Hassan, 65, first rose to prominence as vice president in 2015 and assumed the presidency in 2021 following the death of John Magufuli. Initially viewed as a reformer, she eased restrictions on political rallies and media activity and pledged constitutional reforms. However, critics argued that progress stalled with entrenched party control over the judiciary, regional appointments, and laws on defamation and sedition continuing to suppress dissent. Opposition leaders face arrest and treason charges, with one calling for an election boycott just days before the vote. Analysts describe Hassan as a long-standing product of ruling Chama Cha Mapinduzi party, caught between conservative and progressive factions within the government. The recent unrest reflects deeper public frustrations over economic hardship, corruption, and limited avenues for political expression. As Tanzania slowly eases curfews and restores connectivity, the nation faces mounting tension and the challenge of reconciling hopes for reform with the reality of authoritarian practices. Moving ahead, Aliko Dangote, president and CEO of the Dangote Group, has assured Nigerians that fuel queues are gone forever, promising a stable petrol supply through the Christmas season and beyond. After meeting President Bola Tinubu at the State House in Abuja, Dangote revealed that his refinery can supply 50 million liters of premium motor spirit daily, exceeding national demand, with plans to export surplus to neighboring countries by February. Looking ahead, he outlined expansion plans to reach 1.4 million barrels per day by 2028, aiming to make it the world's largest refinery while boosting urea production to 12 million tons annually. Dangote also highlighted the Olokola deep-sea port project to ease logistics for exports and endorsed the government's Naira to crude policy as a boost for local industry. He concluded by stressing that Dangote's investment in fuel, fertilizer, and power are long-term, legacy-driven commitments to Nigeria and Africa. The Nigerian Communication Commission's NCC has been named one of the top 5 best-performing federal government agencies for environment for telecommunications businesses in Nigeria. PEBEC officials highlighted that the award reflects the government's broader efforts to strengthen public service efficiency and improve the business climate. Vice President Kashim Shettima, chairing the council, emphasized that the reforms aim to make government institutions more accountable and predictable, fostering national growth. The recognition signals a continued drive towards operational excellence across federal agencies, with NCC pledging to maintain high standards and deliver quality services to telecom consumers.
Global infrastructure.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Idea TV News Update. Now the rest of the news. Away from Africa, Iranian authorities have opened a criminal case against the organizers of a marathon on Kish Island after images emerged showing women competing without hijab